CSUN season opener last night at number 3 UCLA did not go so well for the Matadors, falling 22-0 Oregon on a pop-up. Pitch number 2, the leadoff batter for the Ducks, Terry McGowan, is retired on the second pitch, 1 away. Oregon, meanwhile, ranked number 17, played its season opener last night down at Cal State Fullerton and won it 3-0 over Ole Miss. Nice win over an SEC team to kick off the Duck season. And they're going with a new pitcher today. Go through the starting lineup here in a moment as the number 2 hitter, Hannah Delgado, stands in, a left-hander for Oregon. So it's McGowan, Delgado, and then Allie Bunker is on deck for the Ducks. Ariel Carlson, Paige Sinicki, and KK Humphreys in the middle. Allison Benning, Jasmine Williams, and Hannah Gailey, the bottom 3 for Oregon. Pitch comes inside from Kennedy Jamerson. CSUN in the field. Out in left field, Michaela Carmen. In center field, Ariel Gomez. In right field, Jamie Stewart. Stewart, the Matador leader last year in a handful of different categories. 1-1 the count, 1 out, just getting things started in a doubleheader here today to kick off CSUN's home schedule as Jamerson comes outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. The Matador infield, the third base, Mia Cortez, who came in last night down at UCLA as a pinch runner. Shortstop, Aaliyah Swan. Second base is Alexis Garcia. And at first base, Paloma Usquiano. Trying to put a bunt down there. It goes foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Behind the plate for the Matadors is Kennedy Sorensen, and working with another Kennedy in the circle, Kennedy Jamerson. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Jamerson, no decision last night. By the time she came in there, she was actually one of 4 different pitchers to take the circle last night in the opener for the Matadors. And by the time she came in there, it was all said and done. UCLA scoring 13 times in the first inning. And tagging Allie Gardner, the starter, for 8 runs on 7 hits, and Gardner did not retire anybody. Alexis Martinez came in, kind of settled things down in the second inning. Quick top of the second for her. And Jamerson, the third pitcher, and then Kaylee Dominguez was also in there. Comebacker in and out of the glove of Jamerson, but she collects herself again and throws the first base for the second out. So 2 quick outs, pop foul and a ground out for the Matadors to start the ball game today. And here is Allie Bunker, the Oregon second baseman. Bunker last night down at Fullerton, 1 for 4, a run scored. And Bunker last year, second highest Oregon batting average, making all 57 starts on the season. She hit .342 as Jamerson misses 1-0. Bunker hit 10 home runs last year to tie for the Oregon lead. Also had 10 doubles and a team high 49 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. That will miss, 2 balls and no strikes. Bunker's from Huntington Beach, went to Huntington Beach High School, now a senior. And there are twice as many Oregon players on the roster from California than not. 2-0 pitch. That dips below the knees. 3 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. Just getting things started. Be about a 30-minute situation in between games today before we get back on the air for game number 2. Game number 2 on a long marathon season. Matadors just going to look to keep getting better and better. And as Coach Charlotte Morgan stated last night, going to schedule these tough games. That's one of her missions here in her second year at CSUN, to schedule tough. Obviously, it started right off the bat last night at number 3 UCLA. Ducks ranked 17th. 3-1 pitch. That is hit in the air, right field, and playable. And Bunker is gone. 1-2-3 inning for CSUN. as making the play will be Jamie Stewart. Matadors, much different situation in the behind the plate for the Ducks. Tara McGowan and Jordan Dale, a senior left-hander, is in the circle. Here's Ariel Gomez, did not play last night. That comes low, ball one. Gomez, a freshman from Spring, Texas, went to the Woodlands College Park. Next one misses from Jordan Dale, 2-0. A little bit about Jordan Dale, the left-hander in the circle, 2019 All Pac-12 honoree. A couple of Pitcher of the Week selections as well in the Pac-12. 2020, which was a shortened season for most teams, that comes foul back. 5-1, 2.39 ERA, 47 strikeouts that year. Last year, also just limited time, had 5 shutout innings. Back on February 13th against Weber State, 4 scoreless innings in a victory over LMU late March. Ground ball, third base line, and there is your first CSUN hit of the 2022 season. Comes off the bat of Ariel Gomez. First collegiate hit. That's a ground ball the other way down the third base line, and Stewart will be the hitter. Stewart 0 for 2 last night. Of course, the Matadors were no hit last night. Holly Azevedo for UCLA in her season debut, pitching a no-hitter. The Matadors did have 4 base runners, and on 2 different occasions, as the bunt goes foul, had 2 runners aboard. So there were a couple of opportunities for CSUN. The Matadors were hit by a pitch twice last night, also drew a walk and then reached on an error. That 4th inning saw a total of 6 different hit batters collectively between the 2 teams. As the count goes, the no balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned Jamie Stewart, the Matador leader a year ago in a handful of categories. The 0-2 pitch, that's a comebacker, ricochets off Dale. There's not going to be a play. Nice reaction, but couldn't quite hang on to the softball there in the circle. And on a hard comebacker, the Matadors have 2 hits. Back-to-back here to start their at-bat at home. 2 aboard with nobody out. Yeah, Jamie Stewart last year leading the team in runs scored with 12, had 5 home runs, 15 batted in, drew 11 walks, and drew the only 2 Matador triples on the year. All that atop CSUN in 2021. Also stole 3 bases. Right now 2 on and nobody out. And the number 3 hitter, Kennedy Sorensen, as she squares away from the right side. And the catcher takes a strike. Sorensen, now a grad student. Remember, she came into the CSUN program from UC Riverside. Originally from Valencia, 5 feet 6 inches tall, showing bunt. And the 0-1 from Dale popped up. I'm not sure if there's a play. And yeah, right in front of the screen. The Oregon catcher, Tara McGowan, comes up with it. Had a couple of feet to spare as well there. Just does stay in. 1 away.
Designated player, Alexis Lemus.
And Lemus will stand in for the Matadors. Cleanup hitter, designated player, senior, 0 for 2 last night. First pitch from Dale, swing and a miss, 0-1. 289 last year to lead CSUN. also atop the team with 22 hits and sent out 5 doubles. Pulls her bat back and swings away the 0-1. That is sliced away. Of course, a lot of room at foul grounds here at Matador Diamond. 200 down the lines, 220 straightaway center. Beautiful day out in Northridge, California. Nice and warm, 86 degrees at first pitch today. There are some gusty winds, a little bit of a distraction there at 15 miles an hour, but otherwise very comfortable. Should be throughout the 80s, low to high 80s throughout our doubleheader today. Maybe the winds, the gusty winds can die down a touch as the day progresses. Oregon off to a 1-0 start. I mentioned got the win last night down in Fullerton, 3-0 over Ole Miss. Their starter, McKenna Cleathermus, had a 15 strikeout performance and actually had a no-hitter into the 7th, which was broken up. Squaring away to bunt, Lemus pulls her bat back, swings and misses. Ball may have been a touch elevated as Dale goes back with the heat. 2 outs. Jordan Dale, 5th year senior, left-handed out of Forest, Virginia, came into the program from Virginia Tech. That's in there for a strike, 0-1 to Aaliyah Swan. Number 5 hitter at shortstop, as she got the call at shortstop last night, a senior, 0 for 2 in her season debut last night. Swings and misses there, and Dale looking to get out of it here. 2 quick hits for the Matadors, their first at-bat at home this year. Off the bat of Gomez and Stewart, but in danger of leaving them now. Matadors, mentioned twice last night, had 2 aboard, did not score. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, fastball, and Dale gets out of it. No score after 1 from Matador inning, and back to work. Inning number 2, Kennedy Jamerson. Oregon sends up the middle of their lineup. Here's Ariel Carlson, and she takes a strike, 0-1. Last night, Jamerson, an inning and a third. We mentioned she was the 3rd of 4 Matador pitchers. Gave up 6 runs, but only half of those earned on 5 hits. Struck out 2. 0-1 pitch. That's sliced the other way and into the bullpen, right-hand side. 0-2 to Carlson. 0 for 3 last night down in Fullerton. Cleanup hitting right fielder. Carlson, a junior now from Eugene, Oregon, which of course is where the University of Oregon is located. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Went to Marist High School up there. 1-2 the count. And a little more on Kennedy Jamerson. Last year, splitter time between the circle and first base. 1-2 pitch, ground ball, third base side. Could be trouble across the diamond a little bit late, and that's because the Matador third baseman, Mia Cortez, had some trouble. E5. Matadors had some routine balls last night that should have been made, and that was in addition, really, to the 5 errors they committed.
Third baseman, Dave Sinecki.
Not the hardest hit balls down to the hot corner, so clearly Cortez has to make that play. It is the first error for either side. And the number 5 hitter standing in, and that's Paige Sinecki. And what a monster collegiate debut for number 38 for the Oregon Ducks last night. Sinecki, the 5'2" freshman from Henderson, Nevada, Coronado High. first at bat, first collegiate at bat, a 2 RBI single. Really all that Oregon needed. There's the 5-6 hole base hit in the left field, 2 on, nobody out. So Oregon mirroring what CSUN had at the bottom of the first. Two on and no outs here. But Sinicki had that first inning 2 RBI single that put Oregon up early on Ole Miss 2-0. And Ducks didn't need anything else because their starting pitcher, Clethermus, was so good. 15 strikeouts in a complete game and came very close to a no-hitter. The Ducks tacked on an insurance run late in the game. Jamerson comes upstairs, ball 1. KK Humphreys at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Cued off the end of the bat, little English on it. Right there, the Matador second baseman, Garcia, with the underhand flip the first. Enough to get Oregon into scoring position ×2 here with 1 away.
Allison Benning.
Number 7 hitter and the designated player, Allison Benning. First true collegiate road contest for her from the left side. Oregon starting 2 left-handed hitters. Allison is one of them. And Benning takes a strike, 0-1. Six feet tall, freshman out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. And again, there are only 8 Ducks on their whole roster who hail from outside of California. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Again, Kennedy Jamerson last year, 25 starts. She had a .239 batting average as a first baseman, actually shared the team lead in doubles with 5 as a hitter, drove in 9. Last year in the circle, had 17 appearances, 16 in a starting role. Count goes to 2-1. Went 2-8. Walked 18, struck out 29. Opponents at .295 against her. And this right here is her 90th career appearance and her 53rd career start in a Matador uniform. Santa Monica High product, throws a strike, outside corner, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Jamerson now a grad student. The game last night was interesting in that from both sides, both CSUN and UCLA, there were many players who were in their at least their 5th year as a senior, comebacker, throw to the plate, and the Matadors aren't going to get anything. Waited a little too long in the pickle situation to throw to the third base bag there. And now the Ducks will have them loaded. Remember, the Ducks had 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Jasmine Williams.
The comebacker to Jamerson to throw to the plate, but Matador catcher, Kennedy Sorensen, I thought waited a little bit too long to throw to Cortez. Bases loaded, 1 out. There's ball 1. Jasmine Williams now the hitter. Left-hander winds up the 1-0. That misses the inside part of the plate, ball 2. Jasmine Williams, 5'6", 4th-year junior out of Mission Viejo. Yeah, a lot of players last night, of course, taking advantage of the extra year, the COVID year, from both sides. 2-0 pitch. That's going to come off the plate, ball 3 to Jasmine Williams. Last of the order, Hannah Gailey on deck for Oregon, and Sorensen is going out to the circle. So the 2 Kennedys will talk things over. 3-0 the count. 1 out, bases full of Ducks. Three-0 pitch. That's a strike. Right over the plate, 3-1. Benning on first, Humphreys on second. And Seneca on third. 3-1 the count. The pitch, that is a loop foul, not by much. Just kind of golfed in the air over the third base bag and it hooked a little too much. Foul ball, and Jamerson has fought back in the count from 3-0 to 3-2. Ball hit in the air, right-hand side, playable in foul territory. Will a run score? The throw to the plate, a beautiful throw, and just under the tag. Oregon is on the board with Ariel Carlson sliding in. Wow, that was a terrific effort out in foul grounds by Jamie Stewart. Nice running catch for the second out, and then the throw is on target. Just a slide under the tag, and Oregon's on the board. Last of the order, Hannah Gailey. Great softball, really, all the way around. Heck of a throw and effort by Stewart. Whew, boy, that was close, wasn't it? And a terrific slide by Carlson. The windup in the pitch, 1-0, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. So second and third now for the Ducks. That'll go as an unearned run. Payoff. Ground ball, third base. Cortez collects, and should be the third out. It is. The Ducks will leave 2. However, they do get a run on a sacrifice fly in foul territory. Beautiful effort by Stewart on the throw home, but under the tag is Carlson. 1-0. Bottom of the second upcoming on ESPN+. As the Matadors come up for the second time at home this year. Doubleheader against number 17 Oregon today, and a doubleheader against Nevada tomorrow beginning at 12 noon. Second-year head coach Charlotte Morgan. Had a chance to catch up with her last night down at UCLA, and she mentioned that this is what she's going to do. Scheduled tough. Nice to see the Matadors playing some tough teams right out of the gate. Number 3 UCLA last night, number 17 Oregon twice today. A strike thrown. 0-1. Dale into her second inning. Got out of a little bit of a dangerous situation in the bottom of the first. Gave up 2 quick hits. Matadors had 2 on, nobody out, and Dale got out of it. 0-1 pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Start the bottom of the second. Luciano, Garcia, and Cortez in the CSUN second. High heat there, swing and a miss. That was probably Dale's fastest pitch of the ball game. 1-2. Luciano getting the start last night. Officially just 0 for 1. There are 4 Matadors that reached base last night. Luciano did once, came right back there, Dale did with a changeup. Wow, that was a nasty sequence for Jordan Dale.
Second baseman, Alexis Garcia.
Here's Alexis Garcia. Head coach for Oregon in her 4th year is Melissa Lombardi, 1997 graduate of Oklahoma. Lombardi has got a very experienced group this year that can do a lot of damage. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Turn the corner as a program. Going back, I'd say 15 years and beyond that, it was really all about Oregon State. It was, you know, if you were able to play the Beavers, you'd kind of circle them on your calendar. And Oregon would have a lot of sour years towards the bottom of then the Pac-10. 2 balls and 1 strike. Then Mike White took over Oregon's program again, 10 to 12 years ago in that area. Ground ball to third base across the diamond for the second out. And the Ducks. And that's ever since he took over. And of course, Mike White, after he took over to Oregon a few years later, he would take over the Texas program. Lombardi now in her 4th year with the Ducks. Oregon's been really a contender in the Pac-12 ever since. Hit off the bottom of the bat, little English down to second base, and the easy flip. The Oregon second baseman, Allie Bunker, to first base. 3 quick outs in the bottom. Misses to the leadoff hitter, Tara McGowan. Top 3 for Oregon in the 3rd inning. McGowan, Delgado, and Bunker. All set back in order by Jamerson in the 1st. Flipping the script from last night's 1st inning. High fly ball, right center field. This is trouble. It'll bounce up against the wall and into second base. Standing up, McGowan. Stand up, lead off double to begin the 3rd inning. McGowan last night down at Fullerton went 2 for 3 with a run scored. So that makes her 3 for 5 on the young season. The Oregon catcher off to a hot start.
Delgado.
And Delgado, the hitter. McGowan right out of Mission Viejo, an Arizona State transfer. And here is one of the 2 left-handed hitters for Oregon, Hannah Delgado, the center fielder in her sophomore year, now 2 for 5 on the young season. 0 for 1 in this one. Jamerson hits the outside corner, 0 and 2. Mentioned that Jamerson was pitcher number 3 last night for CSUN out of 4, but I wonder if Alexis Martinez is going to get some action today. The 0-2 pitch, that's taken the other way on the ground, 5-6 hole, and the Ducks could be cooking here in the 3rd with a 1-0 lead and 2 on and nobody out. But remember, after Gardner was roughed up in the first 8 hitters of the game last night, Oregon pulled the plug and gave the ball to Martinez. Now Martinez, if you look at her line last night, it's a little misleading. She did give up 8 runs as the second pitcher of the night. Only half of those, though, were earned. And remember, kind of settled in the 2nd inning. Remember, the Bruins went in order last night in the 2nd. There goes the runner down to second. Throw down is not in time, so Oregon will have 2nd and 3rd, nobody out on a stolen base. One-0 pitch. That'll miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. To a pitch. That's a strike. 2-1 to Allie Bunker, the second baseman. 0 for 1. McGowan on 3rd, and then Hannah Delgado now on 2nd with the first stolen base. 2-1. That'll miss outside. 3-1. Ariel Carlson is on deck. Again, Oregon with the 1 run so far and a pop foul down the right field line to Stewart, who made the play in foul territory and just Under the tag was Carlson for the lone run so far. The sacrifice fly, 3-1, that's gonna miss, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out for Oregon. So here is the cleanup hitter, Ariel Carlson.
Right fielder, Ariel Carlson.
That was really a great slide at the plate by her in the second inning. Bases loaded, no outs. 1-0 Oregon in the third as Jamerson misses low and away, 1-0. McGowan, Delgado, and Bunker, who are all set back in order in the first. They are aboard here in the third. The 1-0 pitch, foul tip at the plate, 1-1 strike. Again, we'll play game 2 of our doubleheader today, about 30 minutes after this one. See how Coach Morgan uses her pitching staff today. Used 4 pitchers last night. Good to see a lot of newcomers, and there are 14 newcomers on the Matador roster. A lot of them played last night. The 1-1 hit off the bottom of the barrel, foul, right-hand side in front of the dugout. 1-2. First time these two teams are getting together in Northridge since 1999. This is the 24th meeting overall between these two teams. Oregon 15-8 all-time against CSUN. Ball lifted in the air center field, coming on in a little bit with the breeze, and no one's going anywhere. Maybe a little bit of help with that breeze as it looked deeper off the bat in the way Gomez was playing out there in center. It looked like it was going to go a little further than that, but all of a sudden, Gomez was coming in, and no one can go anywhere, so that is a freebie for the Matadors, 1 away. And Paige Sinicki will be the hitter. Sinicki 1 for 1 in this one, 2 for 4 in her collegiate debut last night. A strike thrown, 0-1. Sinicki is going to be a great player for the Ducks. Freshman out of Henderson, Nevada. 2 RBI single in her first collegiate at-bat last night early in the game. The 0-1 pitch, that'll be outside. Way outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jamerson winds up the 1-1, ground ball the other way, picked up. The throw to the plate is in time. So the Matadors get the lead runner. Put out 4-2 on a ground ball down to Garcia. Base is still loaded with 2 outs now, and Kennedy Jamerson is looking to get out of this jam. Ducks had him loaded with nobody out. Here is Humphreys. Humphreys 0 for 1, the sophomore. Now 1 for 5 on the young season, and the first pitch to the right-handed hitter, low and away, briefly gets away from Sorensen, but not far enough for the Ducks, so 1-0. Humphreys, 1 hit last night. She did strike out 3 times. The 1-0 pitch, that's fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, this would be a heck of a third inning if Jamerson can get out of this. Remember, in the first inning, she set him back in order. Top 3 Oregon hitters. Really a tough luck run given up in the second, an unearned run. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and Jamerson is 1 strike away from getting out of this. KK Humphreys, 1 and 2 at the plate. Ground ball comebacker to Jamerson, who should get out of it. Throw to first in time. Wow. Oregon had the bases loaded with nobody out. And Kennedy Jamerson buckles down and does not allow a run in the third inning. We go to the bottom half of the third. Oregon 1-0 on ESPN+.
When I first
throw in from Stewart, there's a difference so far. CSUN can already tell you through 2.5 innings in this one against the 17th ranked team in the country. Looks like a totally different team than what we saw last night right from the get-go. Not sure how the rest of the day is going to play out, but I'll tell you, it looks really good. Jamerson in the circle, really buckling down, an opportunity to really fall apart, you know. Oregon had him loaded with nobody out, and she buckles down and does not allow a run in that top of the third. Now Oregon has stranded 5 in this game so far. And here are the Matadors at the plate in the bottom of the third. Allie Dale back to work. First pitch is fouled back to Michaela Carmen. 0-1. Carmen, one of the 14 Matador newcomers, making her debut last night, and officially 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch is going to be over there for a strike. 0-2 the count. Carmen, 5'10" freshman out of Huntington Beach High School. Getting the starting nod today in left field in her home debut. 0-2 pitch, dirt ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Couple of hits for CSUN in their first 2 home at-bats of the season. And Jordan Dale got out of that jam in the first inning, and she has settled down as she completes her first round of hitters. The 1-2 on the way, that's elevated. Wisely holding up appeal, but there's no way she went. 2-2. One 3-0. The Oregon line 0-2-1. Costly error, as it turned out in the second inning for the Matadors. That's their line. And the 2-2 from Dale. Fastball, swing and a miss. Down goes Carmen. Boy, Jordan Dale has it going on. She is throwing a ton of strikes through 2 1/3. And take a look, just the heater. Doing a great job painting the corners, and she's also getting the Matadors to chase a little bit, especially upstairs, so 1 away. Back to the top, Gomez, 1 for 1 on a single in her first home at bat. As they call it, softball player. 1-0 the count. Stewart on deck. Freshman from Spring, Texas, from the left side. The 1-0 pitch popped up, left side of the infield. It will be the Oregon shortstop Williams with the play. 2 outs. Here's Stewart.
Right fielder,
Jamie Stewart, 5'7", fifth-year senior out of Redlands. Extra season, taking advantage of that COVID rule, and did a heck of a job with the Matadors last year, leading the team in a handful of categories. Takes a dirt ball 1-0. Last year, 12 runs scored, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in, drew 11 walks, all that atop CSUN. And she also, for good measure, had the only 2 triples on the year for the Matadors. That one runs inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 for 1 in this one, 0 for 2 last night, 1 for 3 on the season. 2-0 pitch. A strike thrown, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-2 pitch, change up, swing and a miss. And Jordan Dale has now fanned 5. 3 innings in the books here at Matador Diamond, 1-0 Oregon on ESPN+. Already a remarkable turn of events from not even 24 hours ago. A game last night down in Westwood, just a nightmare right from the first batter of the game, really. Comebacker and jogging it over towards first. Jamerson's got it. 1-3 on the putout. 1 out.
Shortstop, Jasmine Williams.
Jasmine Williams, the hitter. Williams, the lone RBI in this one. Remember, it was her that she sent one out on the right field line into foul territory, bringing in Carlson from third. It was a beautiful play all the way around. Great throw in from Stewart, and then a terrific slide in from Carlson, just under the tag of Sorensen. The only run so far. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. This next pitch for Jamerson will be number 65 on the day. She has thrown 37 strikes. 1-1. Outside corner. And that is good for strike 2. One and two, 1 out, bases empty in the Oregon fourth. The 1-2 pitch, grounded foul, left-hand side. We'll keep it a ball and 2 strikes. Should be noted, the home plate umpire in game 1 today is Scott Matthews. Kent Jacobson at first base, Jesus Franco at third. Still some gusty winds out here, about 15 or so miles an hour. And we are in the mid-80s, 86 degrees at first pitch today. We'll get as high as 89 today. The 1-2 pitch, comebacker again on a liner in and out of Jamerson's glove, collects herself, picks up and throws the first for the 2nd out. All right, Jamerson, a lot of activity there in the circle here in the first 3+ innings. Several comebackers and handling all very well. Got her glove down. This one had a little more speed to it. Got her glove down nicely. Made the play. 2 outs, and here's the last of the order, Gailey. And that will miss outside. 1-0. Gailey had a 1 for 3 night last night, 0 for 1 in this game. That's hit in the air, left center field, and off the top of the wall. Boy, that thing looked like it carried. And into second base with a stand-up double, the last of the order in Hannah Gailey. Didn't look like off the bat that it would make the wall, at least on a, without bouncing first. As it turned out, just missed the home run, just very top of the wall.
Catcher, Tara McGowan.
So a 2-out double, and here is McGowan. Top of the order. Remember, the Ducks in this game, they've left 5 runners. McGowan herself has left the pair. And the first pitch into her is a called strike, 0-1. So Gailey now the 4th Duck to get 1 hit in this game, accounting for all the hits for Oregon. 4 players with 1 hit. The 0-1 pitch, and that will miss 1 ball and 1 strike. Last night, Jamerson threw 44 pitches. Faced 10 batters. 6 runs she gave up, only half of them earned. Again, the Matadors last night struggled defensively big time. And it's kind of carrying a little bit into today. There have been a couple of struggles out there, one in particular at the hot corner. There's a ground ball, base hit. It gets through in the left center field. This is good enough for an RBI. As Gailey easily stands up as she comes across, and into second base goes McGowan. And Oregon extends its lead to 2-0. That's the first multiple hit player of the day. McGowan, now 2 for 3.
Hannah Delgado.
And here is Hannah Delgado, who's 1 for 2. Fifth hit for Oregon. Goes as a RBI double with Gailey coming across. Running start in the box, and Delgado takes a strike, 0-1. 2 for 4 last night, 1 for 2 in this one is Delgado. And 1 RBI in each of her first 2 games this year. A strike thrown, 0-2. Left-handed hitter out of Corona, went to Santiago High School. Runner on second with 2 gone, 1 in. The 0-2 on the way. That's going to be outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jamerson's been pretty good with those corners in this game. Pitched an inning and a third last night. When she came in, the Matadors were already down 13-0. Bouncing ball down to short, and handling that nicely, very nicely, off the second hop. Aaliyah Swan over to first. And the Ducks will leave their 6th runner of the day. However, they do tack one on an RBI double by McGowan that scores Gailey 2-0 halfway through regulation on E.
What's up, America? I'm not in the big game, so I'm getting out of town and letting Groupon throw a party at my house. They're the experienced pros. Just download the Groupon app and enter for the chance to score an invite or other experiences.
Welcome. The great Marshawn is here to predict Super Bowl 56. Bengals, Rams. Ooh, baby, what a game. We've got 300 yards from Burrow. Seeing some playmakers. It's a pick 6. And a handoff inside the 5? That's interesting. Final score, 24-21, the Bengals. And that's the official Madden Super Bowl prediction.
Oh, there's my little nephew. He looks more like Dad every time I see him. Dad is old. Right. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance? I said I want you to talk about insurance. Well, most people know that bundling home and auto saves you money. Keep saying your words. But did you know that new customers who bundle and save with Progressive can save an average of $800? Sleeping baby. I love you too.
Super handling, all-wheel drive.
Halfway through it at Matador Diamond, Oregon 2-0 over CSUN. First home game of the year for the Matadors. We'll play another one about 30 minutes after this one. Oregon playing its first true road game of the season. Ducks went 40-17 last year, 13-8 in true road contests. They went 14-10, the Ducks did, in the Pac-12. picked for third in that conference this year. A strike thrown as we start the bottom of the fourth. Oregon up 2-0. Strike thrown to Sorensen, 0-1. Sorensen, Lemus, and Swan. Elevated there from Dale. 1-1. Sorensen, Lemus, and Swan all 0 for 1 so far in this game. Matadors have 2 hits today. It was actually the first 2 batters for CSUN of the home schedule. The bottom of the first. As Gomez and Stewart were each aboard, did not score. It was the third time already this season which there were 2 on for the Matadors without scoring. Count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Next one to Sorensen, that misses. 5-pitch walk to Kennedy Sorensen. The Matadors have a base runner to start the bottom of the fourth.
Designated player, Alexis Lemus.
As for Jordan Dale, her first walk, she is fan 5. And allowed those 2 singles. Charlotte Morgan, meanwhile, talking with Scott Matthews. Going to have a change. And I believe a pinch runner.
Your attention, please. Pinch running for the Matadors at first base, number 30, Samantha Kwiatkowski.
It'll be Samantha Kwiatkowski pinch running. Another newcomer. Didn't get in last night. Kwiatkowski, a freshman. 5'6" out of Torrance, went to South High School. She'll be in there to pinch run for Sorensen. Showing bunt, and then off the face mask there of McGowan. Oh, and 1 with Lemus at the plate. McGowan's going to be looked at. Hit the bat, and then probably more than anything, I would imagine, just kind of stunning her. She says she's okay. Alexis Lemus for CSUN with 1 on, nobody out, showing bunt again. This one is low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Lemus, the Matador leader a year ago in terms of batting average and total number of hits. 289 and 22 respectively. Also had a team high tying 5 doubles. Senior out of Bloomington, a Mount Sac transfer. Mount San Antonio College, very good junior college sports program all the way around. That's rip foul to the right side. 1 and 2. Pitch number 45 right here for Jordan Dale. That's bounced to the right side, and the lead runner there, the relay, is not going to make it. And off the first base bag, KK Humphreys going to second base. So the Ducks get the lead runner, 1 on and 1 out. Kwiatkowski back to the dugout. And you see Humphreys playing it very nicely, well off the first base bag, and she was positioned to get that lead runner. So 1 on, 1 out. And here is Swan. 0 for 1. Struck out her first appearance. Ball 1. Two, 5, and 0. The Oregon line 0, 2, and 1. The CSUN line squaring away to bunt the 1-0. That is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Outfield straight away. And medium deep thereabouts. Corners coming in. Middle infield and not medium depth. The 2-0 pitch. That's fouled away to the right side. 2-1. From here, Oregon will take on UC San Diego and Loyola Marymount in a doubleheader for them tomorrow. And that will be at LMU. Then they'll head to Texas State on the 17th. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. They'll play actually a series of games in the Lone Star State. Interesting series with Baylor on February 18th and 19th. Figures to be a severe test out there. 2-2, chasing the high ball right there, and striking out is Swan. Swan has struck out twice, 6 Ks in the book for Jordan Dale. 2 outs and Usquiano the hitter. 0 for 1, and she has struck out once as well. Ball 1 to Usquiano. Redshirt sophomore out of Downey. Began her collegiate career at Arkansas, didn't play, had that redshirt season. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Usquiano started all 26 games last year, got 10 hits. 2 balls and 1 strike. Had 6 runs batted in the abbreviated season. That was 26 games long. Of course, 24 of the 26 last year played in the Big West. Charlotte Morgan's initial season. 2-1 pitch. Up and away. 3-1. Usquiano. There goes the runner. Throw down to second and sliding in there safely. So count runs full, 3-2. And Lamoose easily slides into second. Lamoose had 3 stolen bases a year ago. Matadors as a team had 18. Payoff. Ground ball down to short. Should be the 3rd out, routine. 6-3 on the putout. And no errors. CSUN no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. 2nd inning, a sacrifice fly off to the right side in foul territory. A ball that was beautifully played. Great effort by Stewart into the plate, but a little bit late on the tag was Sorensen. That was the first Oregon run, and then last inning, an RBI double for the Ducks off the bat of Tara McGowan. that scored Hannah Gailey. And that's been the difference so far as we move to the 5th inning. And I'll tell you, Kennedy Jamerson's been very reasonably good in this game. First home game of the season, and came in a tough situation last night. Already down 13 runs last night, came in for an inning and a third, and gets the starting nod today, and keep giving your team a chance. Bouncing ball to the left side. This will be a base hit for Oregon's Allie Bunker, number 3 hitter. And Bunker is 1 for 2 with a walk in this one. Here comes Carlson, who scored the first run of the day for Oregon.
Right fielder, Ariel Carlson.
Carlson now 1 for 6 on the new season. And that great slide in the 2nd inning. The only thing that could have possibly beaten the remarkable throw in from Stewart on the sacrifice fly. 0-1 the count. "80 pitches into her game now, Jamerson. She's thrown 48 strikes. That'll miss outside, 1-1. Ducks have left 6 in this game. Matadors have left 3. Ducks have had 3 doubles in this game, one of which went for that RBI. Jamerson looking for her first strikeout. She does have 1 walk. The 2-1 pitch, grounded to third. Cortez, nice pickup that time, but not going to get anybody. Better effort there, though, at third base. And I believe she made the right decision to try to get that lead runner. Sometimes you kind of just want to, let's take a look here. Well, no, I take that back. Looking at the replay, I take that back. Easily had the out at first base, obviously with a decent throw. So I do take that back. So 2 on, nobody out. There's ball 1. There goes the runner from second. Throw down to third, and the tag applied. Wow, Sorensen down to third. And Jesus Franco made the call. That Bunker was out. And Lombardi talking with Franco, maybe making the argument that Cortez was not on the bag, but heading back to the dugout now. That is a big out for the Matadors here to start the 5th inning, getting Bunker caught stealing there. In there for a strike, 1-1. Meanwhile, Carlson does take second base. 1 out here in the 5th. Oregon 2-0. Jamerson looking to keep it that way. Give the Matadors a shot in the later innings. Jamerson's wind up and pitch, the 1-1. Ground ball foul, left-hand side, 1-2. Now, Oregon, a team that runs a lot. Last year, they were very successful, 64 for 77 when trying to steal a base. Caught stealing in this game. 1-2. Off speed, and boy, that was beautiful patience. That'll be good for an RBI. And going to second now, under the tag, but no, not under. That was a great throw. Nice cutoff there at the circle, and then the throw to the second base. And call was made, and let's see. Argument here at second base. Let's take a look. Boy, you talk about getting a hold of a changeup. And here's what made the play. The cutoff at the circle, right there. And a nice throw. Let's take it. Oh, boy, close. Very close. So now the bases are empty with 2 outs. And it's KK Humphreys. And gives Sinicki an RBI. She went 2 for 4 last night. 2 for 3 Sinicki is in this one. First 7 at bats, 4 for 7 already. With 3 batted in. Humphreys 0 for 2. 1-0 pitch is not going to be in there. 2 balls, no strikes. So Carlson now has scored 2 of Oregon's 3 runs. (2-0) from Jamerson. Bouncer, 1 hop. Cortez across the diamond. Backhanded there nicely. Nice play at the hot corner. And Oregon done in the 5th. They do tack on another, though. It is 3-0 Ducks. Jordan Dale back to work. First pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Alexis Garcia is 0 for 1. Cortez and Carmen to follow. Bottom 3 coming up against Dale here in the bottom of the 5th. Matador is looking for their first run of the season. Oregon has not allowed a run yet this season. Just threw a ball game and a half in 2022 for both sides. 0-2. This was Oregon's final last night over Ole Miss, 3-0 down in Fullerton, as they're playing a series of games here in Los Angeles to start their year, slash Orange County. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Showing bunt. Left-hander winds up and throws a dirt ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice crowd on hand in this home opener from Matador Diamond. Of course, we will play again about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Two and two the count. Garcia, ground ball to third base. Playing it perfectly. Oregon third baseman Sinicki across the diamond. Boy, it's as if she knew where that ball was going, and oftentimes in this sport, the third basemen really are amazing. Whether they're playing right up against the chalk or they're playing 10 feet off the chalk, the ball always seems to go right in their path. As if they got the scouting report down to a T. That was a freshman who made that play. One away. Cortez up there. That one is high, ball one. Cortez came in last night and pinch ran. In this one, she is 0 for 1. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Freshman out of West Covina, went to Bishop Amat High School, Mia Cortez. Dale winds up in the 1-1. That's hit in the air right field. Going back a few steps and making the play. Out there in right field, Carlson. 2 outs.
Left fielder, Michaela Carmen.
Michaela Carmen stands in. A rare ball hit to the outfield off Jordan Dale. 2 outs. First pitch to Carmen. Fastball will miss, ball 1. Carmen 0 for 1 and 0 for 2 to begin her collegiate career. Matadors today starting 4 freshmen. Started 5 last night. That one's elevated. 4 seniors plus Jamerson getting a call as starters today. 2 through 5 in the lineup. They're all seniors for CSUN. And you got Usquiano, the sophomore. 2-0 pitch. Driven foul. 2-1. This Oregon team, I mentioned a lot of them have been playing together now for a while. And that's kind of similar to what we saw last night down at UCLA with the Bruins. The 2-1 pitch, foul back. Handful of people who have been around in the program since 2018. "12 people on the Oregon roster of at least junior status, if not seniors. Two-two pitch. That's popped up right-hand side, and this will be played easily by the Oregon second baseman Bunker for the 3rd out. 5 innings complete in this home opener in Northridge, California. Oregon 3, CSUN 0 on ESPN+.
When I first set foot on campus, the possibilities were limitless. I explored and examined at CSUN. I learned about culture, my culture, other cultures. I encountered new ways to think and new ways to connect. When I left CSUN, I was ready to get down to business, eager to engage with the world and prepared to serve. I'm Nicole Avon, and I'm a Matador.
Back live in Northridge. There you see today's line for both schools. Oregon 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. CSUN no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Both Matador hits coming in the first inning right away. First 2 batters at home this year recorded a hit, Gomez and Stewart. There's been no hits for CSUN since. Dale, I should say, has since walked 1 batter. Giving the Matadors a chance, meanwhile, is that young lady, Kennedy Jamerson. 5 innings. She was allowed 3 runs on 7 hits.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Ducks. Number 22, Kai Lushar.
Pinch hitter for Oregon is Kai Lushar, number 22, 5'5", redshirt freshman out of Carson City, Nevada. And Lushar is in the number 7 spot, trying to drag a bunt down. It goes foul, 0-1. Williams on deck, and then Gailey, bottom 3 for Oregon. So Lushar is hitting for Benning. Benning, the starting designated player. 0-1 pitch, trying to drag a butt down, a strike thrown. 0-2. Lushar, again, in her initial season of playtime and had the redshirt year last year. Got in as a pinch runner last night, had one official at bat. She was set back, bouncing ball down to second, and off that second hop. Garcia making the play, the short way to first, one out.
Shortstop, Jasmine Williams.
Now one hop, and then that never bounced second time. Fielded it off that one hop in front of the plate. Pitch number 74 of the day for Jamerson is over, strike one to Williams. Williams 0 for 1, but with the RBI. McGowan, Sinicki, and Williams with the RBIs today for Oregon. That ball is looped into left center field, base hit. And Williams just keeps on going. Again, a little too nonchalant in the outfield. Saw this a little bit last night out there in center field. And really should have been a single. Gomez, I think, just has to get to that ball a little sooner.
Left fielder, Hannah Gailey.
Gailey will be the hitter. It'll be a double for Williams. But I think Gomez has to be a little bit more aggressive in center field. First pitch is high. Ball one to Gailey, who was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Oregon 3-0 as they hit in the top of the 6th. Not right there, their 8th hit of the ball game. Jamerson throws, that's low, and it's going to get away from Sorensen into first base, into a third base rather, and I believe that's going to be a pass ball. I don't think there was anything wrong with that pitch. So Williams on third with one out. Well, the initial ruling here is they do scored a wild pitch. Looked like it was right over and just popped out of Sorensen's glove. Runner on third with one out as the count shifts to 2 balls and 1 strike. That's over the plate. 2-2. Two-two to Gailey, and that's going to just miss. Oh, it came very close. Jamerson did to her first strikeout of the game. She's only walked 1. Three-two pitch, and now she has walked 2. Brushes against the dirt, and Ducks have them on the corners with 1 away.
Catcher, Tara McGowan.
Tara McGowan, as the Ducks go back to the top. McGowan 2 for 3 with an RBI double. That happened in the 4th inning. Ball hit the other way. Great piece of hitting into right field. Runner on first and second now with 1 out. Another RBI for McGowan. And Oregon extends out to a 4-0 advantage here in the top of the 6th. A run in the 2nd, 4th, 5th, and now 6th.
Hannah Delgado.
That's a great piece of hitting the other way. And Delgado will stand in. Williams easily scores, of course, and Delgado an opportunity. That's over the plate. 0-1. Delgado 1 for 3 with a stolen base in this game. Corners creeping in. The 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9 hits today for the Ducks. They have left 6 runners. They had a situation early in this game where they had the bases loaded with no outs and didn't score. Otherwise, the Matadors don't really have a shot here in the later innings. Oregon breaks that inning wide open, but Jamerson's kept the Matadors in this. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 away, 2 aboard. Jamerson looking in and throws. That's a ground ball, backhanded, it squirts out, and let's see, everybody's gonna be safe. Or not. Well, I guess the Matador shortstop there, Swan, after it ricocheted out of Garcia's glove, I guess she was just in the tracks there, stepped on the bag. Let's take a look. Garcia doesn't hang on, and Swan picks it up. Yeah, she got her right foot on the edge of that second base bag. Didn't realize the side of her foot was on that bag. On the outfield side of the bag. So 2 outs, runners on the corners, and a strike throw into bunker. Bunker's 1 for 2 with a walk. That's a change up and in there, 0-2. And again, you know, we're late, we're in the 6th inning, and Oregon's gotten some breathing room here, but Jamerson just doing everything she can to try to keep the Matadors in the ball game and a shot within their last 6 outs. 0-2 pitch. That is elevated and swung on and on a high liner, caught out there in left field by Carmen, and Oregon strands 2 more. The Ducks have left 8 runners in this game, but they do lead it 4-0 as they tack on. Dale winds up, and the first pitch to Stewart. Gomez bluffing, foul back, 0-1. Stewart 1 for 2. Corners in a few steps, outfield straight up. That one's inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed hitter Jamie Stewart getting the call on right field today. 1-1 pitch. Little nubber down to second, and the short throw to first in time. It appeared there'd be a little miscommunication there between Humphreys and Bunker, and I think that's what they're talking about right now. That was almost a disaster all the way around for Oregon, but turned out Bunker made the play and made the short throw. 1 out. It moves Gomez over to second. And here's Sorensen, 0 for 1 with a walk. Fastball, swing and a miss. So the Matadors have a runner in scoring position. Two separate innings last night. Had a runner in scoring position, didn't score. One earlier today, came up empty. 0-1 pitch. And look out, pickle situation here, but gonna get a break. Gomez sliding into third as that goes in and out of the glove of Sinicki. And the Matadors will have a runner on third here with one out. Yeah, Gomez was all but gone here. Perfectly set up by the Ducks, but then not a good throw. Had to backhand that one out of the dirt. One pitch. That's elevated and hit in the air. Foul ball to the left. No one's going to get that. Remember, Oregon had an 0-2 count on Gomez when she was hit. So the Ducks getting a little bit sloppy here in the sixth. And remember, very fortunate to have an out at all because of that miscommunication on the right side of the infield that was barely played on the ground. The 2-2 pitch, low and away, and then of course you had the bad throw down to third base with Gomez sliding in. Sinicki couldn't hang on out of the dirt. See if the Matadors can take advantage. Just the slightest of doors, of course, left open here in the sixth. It's 4-run deficit. One away. And the payoff pitch, that's hit in the air. This will be deep enough at least, but it will be over the wall for a 2-run home run. Wow. Off the bat, wasn't sure. At the very least, you knew it was going to be deep enough for a sacrifice fly in the first run of the season. Instead, it is a 2-run home run, the first runs of the year for the Matadors. As Sorensen goes yard over the left center field wall, and in the process brings in Gomez, and the deficit is cut in half. Now that pitch was over the plate and elevated. One of the very few mistakes today by Jordan Dale. And it just does clear the left center field wall. And it is 4-2. So Sorensen came in on the re-entry after being pinch run for by Kwiatkowski. She comes in, re-enters, hits a home run. The first runs of the year for the Matadors. The first hit for CSUN since the first inning today. And here is Lemus, 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. A little off speeder there, 0-1. So again, the Matadors have a look still at this ball game. Oregon has never been able to really put it away. Of course, leaving 8 runners today, including a bases loaded no out situation in which they didn't score. The Matadors finally come through offensively in the 6th. Have a shot. And obviously a lot of credit goes out to Kennedy Jamerson. The defense has been better in this one, considerably better than it was last night. Check swing, hit off the bottom of the barrel. This will be the second out. Williams going across the first, 2 outs.
Shortstop, Aaliyah Swan.
Aaliyah Swan, the hitter. Swan started every ball game last year, hit .270. Now in her senior season, originally from Modesto. 0 for 2 in this one, swings at a strike. Swan looking for her first hit of her senior year, 0 for 4, the 0-1 pitch coming up here with 2 outs and the base is now empty. And the 2-run shot by Sorensen has cut the CSUN deficit in half. 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. One pitch. That's low. 2-1. Two-one on its way. Bouncing ball to Hopper at shortstop. Williams air mails it, and the inning continues. That'll bring the tying run to the plate. First error of the ball game for Oregon. Routine play, first error of the season for that matter for Oregon. And we'll see if the Matadors can further capitalize in what's been a very suspect half inning for the Ducks defensively. They have certainly made mistakes, leaving the door open for the Matadors. Tying runner at the plate. Usquiano up there, 1 ball and no strikes. Usquiano is 0 for 2, struck out once. Reached once last night. And the 1-0, that is up and in. And time called, there will be a discussion. Well, this is not Dale, I'll tell you that. Maybe not at her best here in the 6th inning. This has to do with the people behind her. The Matadors down 4-0 coming into this inning, and now bringing up the tying run at the plate. Usquiano up there, Garcia's on deck. 2-0 from the left-hander. That will miss, ball 3. Dale's 90th pitch coming up. Strike, 3-1. Matadors today are 0 for 6 with 2 outs. Matadors 2 for 9 with runners aboard. And Dale's 3-1, and that's a good pitch, over 3-2. Go the distance here on Usquiano. Payoff pitch. That's fouled. To the right side. Do it again. That home run ball by Sorensen, obviously the first extra base hit of the season for CSUN. Time called is Scott Matthews going over and get a new softball. Again, this is the first of a doubleheader today. About a half an hour after this one, we'll have game 2 for you right here on ESPN+. Number 17, Oregon, visiting CSUN. Both teams will be involved in doubleheaders tomorrow. Matadors will get Nevada here beginning at 12 noon. Nevada's down at UCLA tonight. They're playing a doubleheader as well. UC San Diego, Bruins' other opponent. Of course, the Tritons also out of the Big West. Cal State Fullerton picked to win the Big West this year. Three and two, 2 outs. Usquiano, the tying run at the plate. Well, it's now a 4-2 Oregon lead. Dale winds up, and the pitch. That's popped up right side foul. That will actually clear the seats. Usquiano battling here. Third-year sophomore from Downey. Looks like they'll change softballs again. Usquiano, meanwhile, will talk with, well, Coach Morgan not happy about something with Scott Matthews. Wondering if it's the amount of softballs that are being used here and the delay going on, but all right. Just an exchange of softballs, 3 and 2. Battle here between Dale and Usquiano. Swan on first. Got there on a throwing error by Williams. For sure, should have been the third out. Giving the Matadors a chance in the bottom of the 6th. Payoff pitch to Usquiano, ground ball third base. Another routine play. This one is successful for the Ducks. 5-3, Sinicki makes the play. The Matadors will leave Swan. And 6 innings in the books. However, on the board for the first time in 2022, courtesy of a 2-run home run from Kennedy Sorensen. 4-2 Oregon on to the 7th, ESPN+.
There's good, and there's sourced for good. Like supporting farm workers, communities, and the environment good. Like higher wages good, funding student scholarships good, and helping to build health clinics good. And with over 100 products in our stores that are sourced for good, a single purchase can do something great. Sourced for good. Only at Whole Foods Market.
I could have waited to tell my doctor my heart was racing just making spaghetti, but I didn't wait.
I could have delayed telling my doctor I was short of breath just reading a book, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they had atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart rate.
Leading off for the Ducks, right fielder, Ariel Carlson.
Ariel Carlson leads it off for Oregon in the 7th inning. Oregon 4-2. Matadors got half of their deficit back on a Sorensen 2-run home run in the 6th. First runs of the year for the Matadors, and Kennedy Jamerson back to work. Throws low, ball 1. Ariel Carlson, followed by Sinicki and Humphreys. So this is the 4, 5, and 6 group for Oregon. Ball fouled away, 1-1. When the Matadors come up in the bottom of the 7th, they'll need at least 2 runs to keep the game going. And they'll have the bottom part of their lineup due up. The group of Garcia, Cortez, and Carmen, who are a collective 0 for 6. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, this is certainly a ball game the Matadors can build off of, no question. Right in this game against the 17th ranked team in the country. 2-1 pitch. That's low. 3-1. Three and 1 to Carlson. She scored twice. Comebacker again to Jamison, in and out of her glove, and then collects herself towards the chalk, and then a backhand flip to first base. She's had quite a few comebackers today. Got to go the furthest that time. Nice play.
Third baseman, Paige Sinicki.
Just comes back so fast on a high hop. Took her closer to the chalk and then just picked it up. A couple of steps. Out in front of Carlson. Sinicki, the hitter, puts a bunt down. I don't think anybody's getting that. Well, both Sorensen, the 2 Kennedys for that matter, going after it. And even if it's picked up, I don't think there's a play. Sorensen and Jamerson both going after it, a couple of steps in front of the plate. But again, I got it, you take it situation, even if it is picked up. I think Sinicki's too fast. It's her 3rd hit. She's 3 for 4. 10th hit for Oregon. Let's take another look. By the time it would have been picked up, yeah, there's no way they get her.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Ducks, number 7, Carissa Ornelas.
Carissa Ornelas is pinch hitting for Oregon, 5'4" senior out of Murrieta. Began her collegiate career at the University of Central Florida. Ornelas came in as a pinch hitter last night and managed to get a hit. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. Last night was her Oregon debut. One on, one out in the top of the 7th. Matadors still a shot here in the final inning. The 0-1 pitch, that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. One to Ornelas off the first base line, and thinking better of it was Usquiano, and she'll just tag out Ornelas. 2 outs. Absolutely the right decision. There will be a change here. Melissa Lombardi coming down to the home plate umpire. Scott Matthews looking at the lineup cards.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Ducks, number 17, Caitlin Howard.
Pinch hitting for Oregon will be Caitlin Howard, number 17. First pitch is low. Howard got in just one ball game last year, 0 for 1. 5'11" senior from Long Beach, went to Wilson High School. Jamerson, 1-0 pitch, off speed and over. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Howard is in the number 7 spot. Runner on second, 2 outs, 4-2. Oregon. Jamerson looking for that outside corner, doesn't get it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just interesting during the course of this ball game and the trends today. The Matadors have 1 hit since the first inning and still have a decent shot at the ball game. Down 4-2. I think it says a lot about what Jamerson's done today and the improved effort as well from the players behind her. Three and 1. That's over for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs in an effort to keep this a 4-2 contest. Matadors are down to their final 3 outs, but a opportunity nonetheless coming up, especially if Jamerson can get this 3rd out right now. Payoff missing. Now only a couple of walks today for Jamerson, but puts another runner aboard here in the 7th. So this is the spot of Jasmine Williams. There is going to be a pinch runner. Williams, in fact, will hit.
Your attention, please. Pitch running for the Ducks at first base, number 1, Kedri Luchar.
Kedri Luchar is pinch running for Oregon.
Shortstop, Jasmine Williams.
Yet another freshman, and she's from Carson City, Nevada. So 2 aboard for the Ducks with 2 outs. Williams at the plate, takes a strike, 0-1. Hannah Gailey is on deck. Jamerson's 0-1. That'll miss on the off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball game just over the 2-hour mark now. Remember, about a half an hour after this one, we'll start game 2. 1-1. That's a little flare into shallow right center field, and Oregon tacks on a big one, making it that much tougher for the Matadors in the bottom of the 7th, 5-2. So 1 run in each of the last 4 innings for the Ducks. They've never had more than a 1-run inning today, but it has certainly added up. 5-2.
Left fielder, Hannah Gailey.
Little flare RBI single for Williams. Gailey stands in. Two on, 2 out. 11th hit today for Oregon. And that's hit into shallow center. Diving, not going to make the play. It'll be 6-2. Going for that 3rd out, Gomez. But couldn't hang on. And Oregon's got its first multiple run inning of the day, and a real bummer for Jamerson and the Matadors because, well, not that you don't have a chance now, but had a much better shot. Down 4-2. Now it has extended out to a 6-2 Oregon lead. And making it very tough. Tara McGowan. Big day for her. Strike thrown. RBI double for her early on. The Ducks starting to produce here in the final inning with 2 outs. Oh, 1. Ground ball, second base, bad hop and into right center field. Gomez picks it up. This will score 2 more. Now those are the plays, you know, again, probably a hit, but those are the plays that at some point CSUN's going to have to come up with. And we saw quite a few of those, again, outside of the error category. Saw quite a few of those last night. Takes a bad hop here, but you got to figure out a way to come up with that play. Just eats up Garcia. By the time Gomez gets to it, 2 more come across for Oregon. So the score with 2 outs in this inning was 4-2. Oregon has scored 4 runs with 2 outs. And they have opened it up to an 8-2 lead.
At second base, number 6, Gabby Herrera.
Gabby Herrera, meanwhile, will pinch run at second.
Center fielder, Hannah Delgado.
It is a hit, but again, play that you got to finish. And there is a looper into center field, picked up by Gomez, but Herrera is going to come across. And it is 9-2. So final score of this one will not be indicative of the kind of game it actually was here in game 2 of the season. Remember, it was 4-2 with 2 outs, all 5 of these runs coming with 2 away. Charlotte Morgan coming out. Allie Bunker scheduled to hit, and there will be a change. It's going to be in the circle. Kennedy Jamerson should definitely get a round of applause. Six 2/3 for Jamerson. Jamerson didn't strike out anybody, walked a couple, gave up 9 runs on 14 hits, and of course the responsibility there at first base. But again, gave the Matadors a shot for most of this ball game. 6 innings, kept it a 2-run game. And here's Allie Gardner, who had a very rough go at it right away last night. Faced 8 batters in the opener last night. The first 8 for UCLA did not set anybody back. Took the loss and was charged with giving up 8 runs, 7 of which were earned. Allie Gardner, the University of Texas Arlington transfer. Last night threw 26 pitches, faced those 8 batters, and again didn't set anybody back. No walks, no strikeouts. So for Jamerson, 6 2/3, 132 pitches today, just the workhorse, and was very solid most of the way. In fact, very impressive stuff early in the game when the Oregon had him loaded, didn't score. Ducks ended up leaving 8 on base with Jamerson out there. First pitch of the day for Gardner's in there for a strike, 0-1. Jamerson ended up walking 3 today, didn't strike anybody out. Charged for 8 earned runs, 9 total. Can't yet close the book, but that's what it is right now. As the ball game has gotten away from the Matadors in the 7th. Gardner misses away, 1-1. First home appearance for Allie Gardner, 5'6", a grad student, originally from Yorba Linda. So of sorts, kind of coming back home. She began her collegiate career at UT Arlington. 1-1, hit in the air, playable out in the left field foul grounds, backhanded on the sliding effort. Nice play out there in left field by Michaela Carmen. Oregon will leave one, but damage more than done. They put up a 5 spot, all with 2 outs. CSUN down to its final 3 outs in game 1 of the doubleheader, 9-2 on ESPN+.
What's up, America? It's Gronk. I'm not in the big game, so I'm getting out of town and letting Groupon throw a party at my house.
Then shut out Ole Miss 3-0, and it wasn't until the 7th inning that she gave up her first hit. Pinch hitter Sammy Garcia to start out the bottom of the 7th. Redshirt junior from San Dimas. Pops one up. Could be a play here for the catcher, and there is, up against the screen. McGowan brings it in. 1 pitch, 1 out. The pinch hitter Garcia. Alexa Landeros pinch hitting here, 9-2, and she swings at the first pitch, fouls one away, 0-1. Landeros, 5'8" freshman out of Simi Valley Royal High. Now Clethermus, 7-6 in 2021, 22 appearances, 14 of them out of the bullpen. Played very briefly in the shortened 2020 season. She is a junior from Wardsville, Missouri, Blair Oaks High School. Tied her career high last night with 15 strikeouts, 2 such occasions. Had a 15 strikeout game this past last March of 2021 against LMU, and then had the 15 Ks last night. Had a no-hitter going into the 7th inning against Ole Miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a foul ball, right side. Keep it 1-2. Alexa Landeros. A reminder, we'll be with you about 30 minutes after this one. We'll step away right away at the 3rd out and get you ready for game number 2 between these two teams. And Landeros sends a gapper into left center field. Let's see if she keeps on going. She will. Throw to second base is going to be a tad late. Sliding in to second with a double will be Alexa Landeros, the freshman, getting her first career hit. Pulling the ball very nicely in the left center field gap. 1 out double. Kylie Galindo will come in and pinch hit. 3rd straight pinch hitter for Charlotte Morgan. .51 freshman out of Rancho Cucamonga, and that'll pop out of the glove of Tara McGowan on to 3rd. Goes Landeros. Fastball swing and a miss. 1-1. Galindo came in late in last night's ball game in the season opener. Pinched hit and was 0 for 1. Runner on 3rd, 1 out. Much better ball game, game 2 than game 1. Wasn't until 2 outs in the 7th. And the ball game got away from CSUN in this one. Ball game got away from CSUN from the opening pitch seemingly last night. Oregon, a ranked team, so this is a Great game to have on the schedule. 2 games, in fact, today on the schedule with the 17th ranked Ducks. The 1-2 pitch, foul back. Matadors will get another look at the Pac-12 after today. A couple of times in a couple of weeks. February 26th. Playing 2 games, one against Utah, the other against Oregon State. Ball gets behind McGowan. Throw to the plate is going to be not in time. A little late. Nice slide in for the score. And it is 9-3. Couple of balls here getting behind McGowan. Base is now empty with 1 out. I think the first one was a pass ball. I believe that one will be a wild pitch. 2-2 to Galindo. That's at the feet. Ball 3. Now Mia Stankiewicz taking some swings on deck. That would be the 4th straight pinch hitter for CSUN. 3-2, bouncing ball to the left side. Collected by Williams. Throw across the first for the 2nd out. Matadors down to their final out here in the home opener. So assuming Oregon gets the 3rd out here in the next couple of minutes, you're probably looking right around a 3 to 3:05 first pitch in game number 2. As of right now. And check back around that time. And we'll get things started. Mia Stankiewicz coming in to pinch hit. 5'4" redshirt sophomore out of Gilbert, Arizona. South Mountain Community College transfer.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Matadors. Number 5, Mia Stankiewicz.
Right-hander on right-hander here. Obviously no save situation for Clethermus. But Dale would get the win. Jamerson would get the loss. One to Stankiewicz. Pop foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball game now at the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. Game number 1. No lights here at Matador Diamond, so I'm not sure game 2 could last much beyond